for more yards this season than any other back in the history of the Big Ten.
For Curry's Georgia team, their fourth in scoring, the first in the ACC, and they'll be over Lorenzo White and 3 months.
Well, game coming along. We'll be back in just a moment, but first we have a reading for you on New Year's Eve from Birmingham, Alabama.
Remember, here in Birmingham, Alabama at the All-American Bowl, I'd like to wish you a very happy New Year.
Crowd filing in Legion Field. People earlier today was going to be pouring rain, but it's...
And here are the Spartans, Lansing, Michigan. Michigan State Spartans of the Big Ten. They are 7-4.
Michigan won their last 5 games. This is a hot football team, and they can hurt you on offense, and they can hurt you on defense.
And Paul Horning's
Coach is really making an... George Perlis.
Perlis has had him at a bowl the last games. They were at the Cherry Bowl last year. He says on target. I love how all these coaches say, give me and I'll get you a winner. But anyway, they're a little bit ahead of time, and here comes Georgia Tech.
The Yellow Jackets are coached another winner of taking them from the very ACC. They finished this year. They're 8-2-1. They could have their fine win since the Bobby Dodd era. Foley Bill Curtis to get the last share of the credit.
Yes, he does. ACC Coach of the Year. Played for Dodd, Vince Lombardi, Shula. He's got a group of 20 seniors here that he recruited 4 years ago. This will be their last game, an emotional game. Bill Curry.
And we'll be back in just the Legion Field for the kickoff between the Michigan State Spartans and the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech. This is Career Network Television. The cross has just been enacted in the middle of the football field, and Georgia Tech will receive the ball to begin this football game. And then the coach at Michigan from Verner Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, George Perlis. And most people in pro football know that he was the architect of the great 1970s defensive unit of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He invented 4-3 defense that you're going to be looking at all night. Tim Foley will dissect it from start to finish for you.
There's Bill Curry, and what a job he's done. He has recruited some fine athletes here.
Bill Curry, always talks about positive expectations. He's facing a little bit of an obstacle today, losing 4 great players. We talked about Dewberry. He also lost a big play receiver in Gary Lee. The 2 receivers they're going to be placing, the receivers they lost, have a total of 1 catch between them. So total inexperience going on out there.
As you look at the stats of these 2 teams offensively and defensively here, I might mention also that Tech is going to receive the ball to begin this game, and that's the first place we're going to miss Gary Lee. Gary Lee returned a 95-yard touchdown kickoff return against Georgia in Tech's final game of the year, and he will not be there tonight.
He's just an important loss as John Dewberry, the quarterback. Gary Lee was their game buster. Bob, there's 2 stories tonight. Lorenzo White, will he run for 200 yards? Can Georgia Tech stop him? The second story is whether young quarterback Todd Rampley can fill the bill for Georgia
There are
Tech.
the 2 deep backs for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Number 37 is Sammy Lilly, and number 29 is Malcolm King. Lilly, a defensive back. King is the fullback for this team, and the man who handles kickoffs is also the punter for Michigan State. You're looking at him, Greg Montgomery. And Greg Montgomery from Shrewsbury, New Jersey, has an excellent long leg for the kickoffs. Now, the point afters and the field goal will be tried for Michigan State by Chris Caudell. We'll talk a little more about him a little bit later, a transfer from Kentucky. This man, Greg Montgomery, transferred to Michigan State University from Penn State. He averaged almost 45 yards per punt, and he can put it into the end zone. He has a big, tall drink of water, 6'3", 215 pounds, so he can put it into the end zone. Georgia Tech and Bill Curry said that special teams, kickoff returns, punt returns, punting, kicking, field goals could determine who will win this game tonight.
Brilliant. He really told us to scoot there, didn't he?
In that area.
I think he was remembering the Georgia game where the kickoff return by Lee, in fact, did win the game. It's short and high, coming down on the near sideline.
Fair catch.
And a fair catch, which of course can be called at any time, is caught at the 23-yard line by number 17, Bart Jones. Let's have a look now at that Georgia Tech offensive unit as they introduce themselves, the starting offensive backfield for Tech.
Malcolm King, fullback, American Georgia. Troy Fires, tailback, Columbus, Georgia. Steve Davenport, Decatur, Georgia, flanker. Rison stood in, Augusta, Georgia.
And that's the starting lineup. Now, Robert Massey and Tim Mannion swap positions at tight end. We'll talk about that offensive line in just a moment, as we had to just delay a moment. The clock did not start down there because of the fair catch.
And you don't see that too often on kickoffs.
Team,
Michigan State.
the penalty is refused First down.
Michigan State offsides. Georgia Tech, a fair catch on the kickoff, Bob, and that, of course, any kick can be, you can use a fair catch, and very wisely, Georgia Tech was ready for it, made a nice decision.
Here come the Yellow Jackets. First down 10 from the 23-yard line, and what a nervous young man, number 3, must be Todd Rampley from Peachtree High School in Atlanta. In motion goes Davenport. And a couple right over the middle to Malcolm King, the fullback. Let's have a look now and an introduction by themselves of the Georgia Tech very fine offensive line.
Left offensive tackle from Clayton Georgia. John Thomas, offensive guard, Youngstown High. Andy Hearn, center, Charlotte, North Carolina. Dan Brackett, offensive guard, Las Vegas. Jeff Lewis, offensive tackle, OJ Georgia.
Second down 6 from the 26. Rampley to throw. He completes his first one. Here, the first down at the 32-yard line goes tailback. Corey Collier tackled by 42. Tim Moore. It's close to a first down. I believe it's going to be shy.
But a good pitch for the young quarterback. It'll settle a lot of the butterflies, and I'm sure he's a little bit nervous. This is his first game action as a starter in his career, and he completes his first pass. That'll help.
Tim, I noticed as they bring the sticks into measure here, Todd Rampley at the news conference here was a very poised young man getting this start. He played a little bit during the year, like threw 2 passes, but this is his first start. I admired his poise.
You know, and he threw for over 4,500 yards in high school. It's not like he hasn't handled the football before. He's a leader. He's displayed that at a different level. But this is a notch up. He's playing against a good Michigan State defense, and Curry's intelligent. Against that zone defense, back comes out, just does a little circle hook and pow. It's only about an 8-yard throw, but as Paul mentioned, it's going to help his confidence a lot, reduce the jitters.
Shy by inches of the first down. It'll be third down inches just outside the 32-yard line. Tech with double tight ends, Mannion and Massey, Collier and Kelsey in the backfield.
A key to the Michigan State defense, folks, keep in mind, number 41, right in the middle linebacker, Shane Buller, the son of Hank Buller, former Michigan State All-American, and now the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. He's a middle linebacker. He leads state in defense, 140 tackles on the year. He's a good one.
Let's see what Tech does. Todd Rampley, third and inches. The tailback. Oh, it's going to be close. It'll all depend on the mark of the football. Tim Moore, number 42, the right outside linebacker for the Spartans, the first man on the hit, a sophomore from St. John's, Michigan. And from this angle, it looks to be short of the first down. They may have to bring the sticks back in. Looked like it didn't make it. They say it is, in fact, short.
Bob, they brought the free safety right up into this play, acting as a linebacker, and you're going to see him make first contact on the blocker, forcing Collier to head to the sideline, start running perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, and then the rest of the Michigan State defense got there to finish it off.
All right, State does not convert. Mike Snow, their punter in, a senior, Blue Jay, California. Averages nearly 40 yards per punt. His longest one's 57. Bobby Morris is the deep back for Michigan State. He averages nearly 7 yards a punt return. And they have twin safeties back there. It comes down to the freshman Craig Johnson out to the 40-yard line. And there, Michigan State will have excellent field position. A 35-yard punt, only a 7-yard return. This is Turner Network Television. Now the Spartans with excellent field position, only a 35-yard punt. It's at their own 40-yard line. Dave Urema in at quarterback. He's only played 6 games. He had a dislocated pitching hand, and the 6 games he played, he won. Butch Roll, the tight end. Vino Belk at wingback. Andre Rison is the wide receiver. Lorenzo White. Half a yard, no more. Ted Roof, number 93, key defensive leader for this Georgia Tech Black Watch defense, made the tackle, and let's set the offensive backfield for Michigan State. Second down 9 from the 41, gain of about a yard by Lorenzo White. Ingraham in motion. It's complete to Rison. Out of bounds at the 41.5-yard line. Let's meet the offensive line for Michigan State.
Let's take a look at this rollout. You get an end zone shot. Here's Urema. He'll fake. He'll fake to number 34, Lorenzo White. Not too good a fake, but he's got Andre Rison on a little square out. Beats the coverage down there easily, and he steps out of bounds for the first down. A freshman from Flint, Michigan, Andre Rison for the first down.
To the 41.5-yard line, we'll meet the offensive line in just a moment. 18-yard gain on the pass reception. First and 10. White. Out of bounds at about the 41, and here's the offensive line.
Doug Rogers, offensive guard, Youngstown, Ohio.
Pat Shermer, offensive center at Dearborn Heights, Michigan.
John Wojciechowski, offensive guard, Warren, Michigan. Steve Bogdalek, offensive tackle, Naperville, Illinois.
Butcher Road, tight end, Hollandale, Florida.
And John Wojciechowski, number 73, the right guard, you'll see a lot of him. He's going to play in the Senior Bowl. He's destined for pro football, folks. Watch 73 on the offensive line. Second down, 10 from the 41. White to the left side. Lorenzo White to the 35-yard line. He was hit by 16, Reggie Rutland. Now let's look at the Georgia Tech defense. They call them the Black Watch. Mark Pike, Ivory Lee, Ken Parker, Pat Swilling, Roof, Anderson, and Hogan are the linebackers. The defensive backfield, Rutland, Pounds, Ingram, and Travis. Ingram playing in place of the injured Anthony Harrison, who has a sore ankle. It's third down 4 from the 35-yard line. Opening moments, first quarter, All-American Bowl. Bob Neal, Tim Foley, Paul Horning with you. Hope you're enjoying yourself this New Year's Eve. No contact, no marker. Tailback draw, and on the third down, White is stopped by number 93, Ted Roof.
Little slow in making his decision that time, Bob. Straight up the middle to Lorenzo White. And I think one of the most amazing things about this young man, he really hasn't got loose yet, but he will before the night's over with. He gets too many chances. He only coughed up the football 3 times in 386 carries all year long. That's phenomenal.
Now let's see what Michigan State is going to do. They are not going to kick the field goal. They're going to punt the ball away. Their kicker is only 6 out of 15.
Paul, let me ask you about that. 3 fumbles, 386 carries. Is not fumbling the ball something that you can teach a running back, or do some people have it instinctively?
I don't think so. I think that a lot of it is instinctively, but a lot of runners have bad habits that I think should be corrected. You see a lot of runners run to the left, put the ball in the right arm, and, you know, everybody goes for the football today. They're taught to tackle that football.
You see a penalty marker down. It's delay of game against Michigan State, probably intentional. And that is because they need more room to punt the ball, hopefully inside the 20 or 10-yard line. Speaking of officials, and Georgia Tech says, oh, no, you don't. We decline it. And so they're moving it back here. And they won't start the clock until the snap of the ball. Malden is back to take it. You see the referee, Joe Klemschott. These officials are from the Collegiate Commissioners Association. They're from New York. They're from Ohio, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. None are from either the Big Ten or the ACC. Here's Montgomery, the punt. He'll try to get it out of bounds. He's going to bring rain. We've had enough of that today. It's a beauty, but it takes a bounce into the end zone. It went Michigan State's way, and Tech will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Scoreless game, 10:36 remaining, quarter number 1. From Legion Field in Birmingham, it's the All-American Bowl. So both football teams have had an opportunity to pick up a first down, and Michigan State picked up one but couldn't get the second. Too far out of distance. Their field goal kicker, Chris Caudell, has simply not had a good year, and George Perlis did not want to rely on him on the 52-yard field goal attempt. They punted it. Tech ball first and 10 from the 20. Rampley under pressure. Complete to Mays. To the 29-yard line, 9-yard gain, 35 Todd Grum with the stop, and Rampley is 2 for 2, Paul.
Well, he really got that pass off beautifully. He had a blitz looking right in his face, number 42. Tim Moore, watch more to the right of your screen. He just got it away against the blitz. A beautiful composure for this young quarterback, complete to Jerry Mays, a pickup of about 9.
It was a great read, Paul, especially because they were playing a double zone behind the blitz. They sent the will linebacker, but were playing tight outside on the receivers, and Rampley was able to find the weak back.
Jerry Mays back after missing 5 games due to a hand injury. Second down, short yardage for Georgia Tech. Fumble, Rampley falls on it. Going to lose a few, falls on it at the 24. It was a mix-up between the snap, Andy Hearn, the Georgia Tech center, and Rampley, the quarterback, and that's to be expected.
Well, that is to be expected, but they've been going through all year long. They've been taking snaps from different centers each day. And here's the quarterback.
Snap was okay.
The snap was all right. He just got a little bit flustered in there, didn't get a good exchange, and it takes him out of possibly a first down, puts him in 3rd and 6.
at the 25, actually make it at the 24-yard line. They're officially listing at 3rd and 5, but it is closer to 3rd down 6, Georgia Tech. There'll be pressure this time. Watch that stunt 4-3 defense of Michigan State. Massey in motion. Good protection. Rampling. It is complete to the 46-yard line. Steve Davenport, the freshman from Southwest DeKalb High School, DeKalb County, Georgia, and he was hit by Shane Bulla. 21-yard gain.
Michigan State lined up in a 2-deep zone. The motion brought him back to 3 deep. Davenport covered, slid inside Altobelli, number 13, to find the open area between Altobelli and Bulla. Nice job by Rampley, maintaining his composure, finding the open receiver.
Second catch of the year for Steve Davenport. Only 2.
1st and 10 from the 46. Here comes May. Got a foot or two, not much more. And the left outside linebacker, Anthony Bell, number 51. And, you know, Hank Bulla, Shane's dad, believes this Anthony Bell is a early round pro draft choice, Paul.
Well, he told me he thought he'd go in the top 3 rounds. Bell, a senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good size, Bob. 6'3", 235 pounds. He's got great movement. And Michigan State, with Carl Banks and a few of those other linebackers, they've had some excellent linebacking in the last 5 or 6 years.
George Perlis, architect of the Pittsburgh Steelers Iron Curtain defense. 2nd down 9.
Kids love him, Robert.
Oh, they certainly, he loves them too. Up to the 49-yard line goes Corey Collier, hit by John Jones. And when we had our meeting with George Perlis, as we talk about him for just a second, George Perlis, we said, why do you want Tim? I think you asked him why I like to coach in college. And he says, because I like to motivate these young men.
Right, and I'm sure George would like us to mention Bud Carson and Chuck Knoll, because they probably had something a little bit to do with that Pittsburgh defense.
Imagine. Right. There was another pretty good defensive unit in the early 70s, Tim, down in Miami, wasn't it? 3rd down 6 from the just shy of the 50-yard line, Georgia Tech. Here comes number 1, Nate Kelsey, the freshman. I believe he got the 1st down. Dean Altobelli with the tackle. Let's watch the spot of the football. They're moving it back. He is short of the 1st down. And let's watch 41, Shane Bulla.
I thought he got a very poor mark here. Here's Shane Bulla in the middle. Nate Kelsey's a freshman from East Lansing, Michigan, running the football for Tech. Now, I thought maybe the football would be just a little over the marker. They marked it behind, and it's not a 1st down. Bulla makes a nice stop.
Mike Snow in to punt for Georgia Tech. He had a 35-yarder last time. Bobby Morris, back there.
But they're changing field position in the last couple of exchanges of punts.
Absolutely. Good punt by Snow. Morris is getting out of it. There's a chance down this one. Oh, it goes out of bounds inside the 20, but just barely at the 19. He'd like to have had a better punt, but field position has changed in favor of Georgia Tech now. Scoreless 1st quarter, 6:43 remaining from Birmingham, Alabama. This is Turner Network Television. Spartans ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20. 2nd possession of the game for Michigan State. Roll in motion, Lorenzo White. Oh, what moves the young man has. He is shy of the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Goes Lorenzo White, 1,908 yards on the regular season, Paul.
Very good move, and this artificial turf on natural grass, this move is easier to make. Watch this cut right there. Cut way back. Beautiful move by Lorenzo White. Picks up a good 5.
And it's those size 12 double E's that help him, Tim.
That's true. I think what they're trying to do in that particular situation, Swilling had a great first series. That time they tried to run away from the open field, but Swilling had lined up on the wide side of the field.
2nd down 6 from the 24. Ingraham in motion. Lorenzo White slipped down. Did his knee touch? No, but he does go down at the 26-yard line. Has to go to the 30 for the 1st down. Ted Roof, 93. Roof and Swilling are the heart and soul of that Black Watch defense. This man right here is the Black Watch leader. And you see the players from Georgia Tech with the black stripe on their helmet. There are only 8 of the 11 starters who have been admitted to the elite Black Watch, and that is a special group, Tim.
It's kind of like the Knights of the Round Table, something that Don Lindsay initiated to reward aggressiveness. And that's something that they felt that their defense needs a little bit more of. And they certainly have done a fine job this year.
Key 3rd down conversion. 3rd down 3 Spartans. Urema. It is incomplete, out of bounds. Andre Rison covered by Anthony Harrison, but it's out of bounds. It'll go incomplete.
Andre Rison does not like that at all. The freshman for Flip, Michigan, thought he caught it. You only have to have 1 foot in bounds in college. Let's take a look. Good call. That right foot, it looks like it's on the line, folks. And that is a judgment call right there, and I think he made a good one.
Here's Montgomery into punt again. Tim Malden, 41, will be back for Georgia Tech.
Interesting point. That's the second pattern to the outside that Rison has run. They were more concerned about his deep middle route.
Montgomery, Tech has 9 players on the line coming after it. Gets away a cannon shot. He had an 80-yarder earlier this year. Malden at the 16. And he gets to the 29-yard line. It'll be Georgia Tech football. Scoreless game. 5:01 to go. Quarter number 1 from the All-American Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama. Bill Curry said he had confidence in Todd Rampley playing for John Dewberry, the senior leader of this team who was suspended. He's 3 out of 3 throwing the football, and he's run this offense pretty well, although it remains a scoreless game with 5 minutes to go. Quarter number 1, 1st and 10 Tech at the 29. Here comes the tailback, Corey Collier. He's going to be thrown for a loss. He was hit initially by the strong safety, Dean Aldebelli. Academic All-American, and by the way, there are a couple of them on this Michigan State defensive team. And Paul, our friend down here to the right, Tim, was an academic All-American at Purdue.
Hey, Aldebelli's too smart to play defense. I mean, 3.95. He was all bent out of shape, George Perlis was saying, because he got a B in the lab. 3.95. They've had 8 Rhodes Scholars in the last 12 years at Michigan State.
2nd down 11 from the 28. Loss of 1 for Georgia Tech. Mays in motion. Rampley, who's 3 out of 3, takes it to the air again, finds nobody, looking for 40. Tim Mannion, incomplete.
Tim Mannion a little bit slow. I think he saw the footsteps coming there. Looked like he could have cut over a little bit, Bob, and could have caught that pass. I don't think it was Rampley's fault that time. He threw to the open spot. Mannion's just got to find the football a little bit more. I think he heard the footsteps.
It'll bring up 3rd down 11, and this could be an interesting defensive situation for Michigan State, Tim, with that stunt 4-3.
And what they like to do in this situation is, of course, they've got Steve Furness teaching pass rush techniques, and Perlis, what they like to do is play man-to-man underneath with 2 deep behind it. Let's see what they do here.
Now, that was an incorrect stat. Rampley is 3 out of 4. Going to throw again his 5th pass. Got a man open. Incomplete. Oh, right into the teeth of the defense. Intended for Massey. The man who tipped it, 51, Anthony Bell.
Well, I see Tim's eyes light up when the ball's floating down in the safety, man. Everybody should have had that interception, right, Tim?
You're right. And the pressure is being put on young Todd Rampley here. You see Johnny Jones after him, who led the Big Ten in sacks this year, and pow, Mark Bodine knocks him to the dirt.
Well, here's Snow in for his 3rd punt. Scoreless game. 1st quarter, 4:13 remaining. Bobby Morse back to take the punt. Also a couple of wing backs back there. Bill Parker's one of them, number 32. Good kick. Good hang time. Coming down to 39, Paul Bobbitt, who gets it at the 30-yard line, and there it will be Michigan State football. So Snow doing a good job. A 43-yard punt that time. Well, what do we have here? It's like a couple of boxers feeling each other out in the ring in the early rounds, Tim. Is this Rocky 5 or what's happening here?
Well, you've got 2 great defensive coaches here. Nick Saban and Don Lindsay was the defensive coordinator at Southern Cal. He was out there for 10 years, was with Lou Holtz at Arkansas for 3 years, and he really gets the most out of these young people's abilities at Georgia Tech.
1st and 10 Spartans from their own 31-yard line. Dave Urema to Lorenzo White. He gets 3 or 4 yards out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. Maybe 6 yards. Mike Travis with the stop.
I tell you, they've done a pretty good job taking care of Lorenzo White so far here in the 1st quarter. He's only got about 19 yards and 7 carries, and that's excellent swarming type of defense for that Black Watch. As we get a shot of Bill Curry over on the sidelines.
We have Butch Roll and Vino Belt, both tight ends into the ball game right now for Michigan State. Belt playing what is called a wing-back position on the 2nd and 4 from the 37. Urema rolling to throw. Spots an opening short of the 1st down. Down at the 39. Needs to go to the 41 for the 1st down. He was tackled by 99, Pat Swilling.
Good reaction here, Tim.
They're up there in a fake blitz look. You see all the Georgia Tech players on the line of scrimmage. 8 of them now. Swilling, 15 sacks this year, fights upfield, contains it, comes back in and makes the play.
Okay, Paul Hornig, call it on 3rd down 2. What do we see here?
Well,
Quarterback.
I tell you one thing, if they don't hand it off to Lorenzo White, you've got to scoot. Or pitch it. They love that pitch.
3 tight ends. 89 roll, 95 belt, 49 sergeant. But watch the 34. Let's see what happens. Good call, Paul. Here he comes. And he gets it. Lorenzo White gets the first down, and Lorenzo White racking up the carries. He already has 8 for 23 yards. He carried 53 times one ball game.
Watch number 21, Bobby Morris out in front. Every time Lorenzo White runs, Bobby Morris blocks. He ran the football 386 times. Bobby Morris was called on to block 386 times. He's the unsung hero in that offense, Bobby Morris. His father and I played football together at Notre Dame, and I'm very, very proud of this young man. There he is, the up back in the eye. Bobby Morris.
1st and 10 Spartans. Roll in motion. White again. What a block. Close to the first down, near the 45-yard line of Georgia Tech, and they're getting Lorenzo White uncranked.
I'll tell you who uncranked him, too. Bobby Morris, the gentleman I just talked about. Watch this block out of number 21. Here comes this pitch. George Perla says we're going to really pitch it around tomorrow. We're going to pitch it about 45 times, all to number 34, Lorenzo White, and he means a quick pitch. There's Bobby Morris, the up back, and what a great block he just put on the cornerback.
1st and 10 at the 45. Spartans driving, thanks to the running game. And oh, how they love it. Same thing. White gets the ball to the 36-yard line, and Tim Foley, they're just running Lorenzo over and over again.
Well, Bogdalik and Vino Belk are also doing a good job. Look at this double team here. They're outweighing the man they're blocking again. Morris leading the way, but Belk, number 95, maintaining that contact and driving the Georgia Tech defender off the ball.
It's a double tight end you're looking at. Butch Roll and Vino Belk in there blocking. And I tell you, if they keep getting 5 or 6 yards on the right side, they'll keep coming back at you. You better stop them.
2nd down 2 at the 37.
Here it comes again. Right there, same spot.
Well, they stopped him this time. There was 91, Jim Anderson with the play for Georgia Tech. Jim Anderson, the unsung linebacker, also a senior from Lexington, but he was up there to stop it on 2nd. There may have been a small loss on the play.
And this is what Georgia Tech has to do. I mean, number 39 is Mark Pike. He's not big enough to take on a tight end man-for-man play after play. That time, they brought Cleve Pounds inside the defensive end. He disrupted the play and gave Anderson time to get there and make the stop.
Conversion situation for the Spartans. They got this close before and couldn't do it. 3 tight ends. 3rd down 2 from the 37-yard line of Georgia Tech. Scoreless game. Closing moments of the first quarter. Yarima to throw. Plenty of time. It is complete for the first down to 95. Vino Belk, the wing back on that formation, and he gets it to the 33.
The wing back is a tight end. Vino Belk is a tight end. They got 2 tight ends, Butch Roll and Vino Belk. Here comes a little rollout. Watch the flood. They flood the left side. There's Vino Belk, 95. Good pitch by Yarima, running to his left. Got the first down by 2 yards.
26 seconds to go. Quarter number 1. Scoreless game. All-American Bowl. For 1985, the final moments of the year. Hope you're enjoying your New Year's Eve with us here on Turner Network Television. Bob Neal, Paul Honig, Tim Foley with you. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of Tech. Lorenzo White. Hit in the backfield, but he eluded the tackle. Another one, and is knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Bob Neal, Paul Honig, Tim Foley with you. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of Tech. Lorenzo White. Hit in the backfield, but he eluded the tackle. Another one, and is knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Bill Curry said tackling Lorenzo White is like tackling smoke, and that's exactly what we saw. Watch 36 Mark Hogan miss.
Hogan is upfield, or is it Pike, 36-39? Anyway, disrupts the pattern of the play, and what Curry and George Perlis both talked about defensively, and what Don Lindsay will tell you, penetration. Get penetration without blitzing your linebackers.
But if you get the penetration, is it not possible for White to find the seam?
Yeah, that's true, but when you can do it with defensive linemen, Bob, you can back it up with a linebacker as opposed to doing it with a linebacker.
Dave Yarima on 2nd down 9 from the 32. Has a man open, incomplete. He was looking for Butch Roll at about the 18-yard line. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down 9.
That pattern's been open every time, deep. Every time he rolls out either left or right, the pattern has been open on a square out pattern down deep. And Urema just a little bit short on that pitch.
This is not a complicated Michigan State
No, it
offense.
really isn't. It's predicated on 3 plays, Bob. Pitch left, pitch right to Lorenzo White. Then they'll roll out right. We haven't seen the draw yet. Roll out, draw to White. They have that in their repertoire. Then it's roll out right, flood right, roll out left, flood left. That's it. That's Michigan State in a nutshell.
And Perlis loves that kind of offense. Said he'd use a straight T if he could. 3rd and 9 from the 32. Urema under pressure. Gets it off. Looking for Rison. Incomplete in the end zone. Good double coverage back there by Georgia Tech. And that's the last play of the first quarter. This game remains scoreless. We'll be right back for a possible field goal attempt by Michigan State. This is Turner Network Television.
What makes Birmingham the Magic City? Our people and the way we live. In Birmingham, we keep a daily balance between the fast pace of city life and the ease of country living. Birmingham is still America's Magic City. It's just a new kind of magic.
You can travel across the entire land. There ain't no place like Birmingham.
Portions of tonight's 1985 All-American Bowl are brought to you by Buick and your Buick dealers. For comfort, innovation, and a real commitment to quality, it's today's Buick. And by Delta, the official airline of the Yellow Jackets. Delta gets you there. Beginning of the second quarter, scoreless football game. It is 4th down 9 from the 32, and here is Chris Caudell, a transfer from Kentucky, although he's from Novi, Michigan. He is only 6 out of 15. This will be a 49-yard attempt. He hit a 52-yarder early. It's no good. Hooked it. We remain scoreless, and as you can see, the field goal kicking situation for Michigan State, and if this game stays low scoring, that's going to play a big role, is definitely shaky.
Shaky, I like that. I tell you, what happened tonight? We've got Lorenzo White with 44 yards in the first quarter. He's right on his program for about a 200-yard game, but I really believe that the Georgia Tech defense done a good job so far.
Georgia Tech gives up a lot of yards running, but they only give up about 10 points a game.
You can give up as many yards as you want to, man. As long as they don't cross that last white stripe, you're okay.
We're in the early seconds, 4 seconds into the second quarter. Bob Neal, Paul Horning, Tim Foley with you from Legion Field in Birmingham. Happy New Year to you. Rampley. The King. Not much out to the 37-yard line. Joe Curran with the tackle. Curran 5'11", 260. Number 94 for Michigan State's defensive team. 5'4". I said he's 5'11", 260, number 94. He's a terrific player, too.
State 4 first down, Tech only 1. First quarter.
Curran bench presses. 520 pounds. You did a lot of weightlifting, didn't you, Paul?
Yeah, I did that my whole career. If they added it up every day.
Second down 5 from the 37. Rampley. Oh, almost threw that one into the waiting arms of 4 defenders. The intended receiver was Tim Mannion. Look at this quarterback pressure. 83, Mark Nichols.
And we talked about this earlier on. Of course, George Perlis, the tutor and mentor of Joe Green and Steve Furness, L.C. Greenwood, all players with good ability, but what he does so well is he teaches those defensive linemen to grab and pull, and they work their games very well and stunts very well. They're well coordinated, and Furness is coaching the defensive line for him at Michigan State.
Now Chuck Easley in the ball game along with Malcolm King. Easley number 44 for Tech. 3rd down 5 from the 37. There the stunts. It's complete to 29. Malcolm King. He gets the first down for Tech to the 46-yard line. 39. Paul Bobbitt with the tackle.
Now that's what Todd Rampley's got to do. He's got to hit his short man out in the flat. The linebackers are dropping off. Everybody up front. These little delays out in the flat are wide open, and Rampley's going to gain much more confidence doing this. A good pitch to Malcolm King, sophomore from Americus, Georgia, and he's got Georgia Tech's second first down of the night.
And number 80 has gone in at tight end for Tech. Tyrone Sorrell's a junior from Beaufort, Georgia, and a controversial transfer from Georgia to Georgia Tech. Here's the handoff to King, and he gets inside state territory to the 48-yard line. 42, Tim Moore with the tackle. Malcolm King, who alternates at the fullback spot with freshman Nate Kelsey. They'll play about half and half. And Kelsey just came into the ballgame. Kelsey from East Lansing, Michigan. He came all the way down to Georgia Tech. Going to the Spartans.
I think they're playing Georgia Tech's ball game. They got them in their rhythm. The defense has done a good job in putting the stoppers on Lorenzo White, and watch out for tackle.
From the 47, second down. Mays, 5'8" scat back, can't get it outside. The corner would not be turned. 35, Todd Crum was there.
Both these teams, though, are patient, both offensively and defensively. Often a team that's not successful takes chances that it shouldn't take, and it results in an 80-yard pass or run. Both these teams defensively are conservative, and they're going to take their time. They're going to make you drive the football. Michigan State, as Bill Curry knows, can drive the football, and the Boilermakers of Purdue found out about that. They drove it 22 plays in the fourth quarter, scored with 3 seconds to go to win the football game.
Third down 2 from the 46-yard line. Big conversion for Georgia Tech's Yellow Jackets. Rampley to throw on the third and short. The flat again. Side. That is number 1, Nate Kelsey. And it's going to be very close to the first down. It'll depend on the mark. The sticks are on the far side of the field. Dean Altabelli covering Kelsey.
All right, a little short of the first down. Nate Kelsey from East Lansing, Michigan. And this is sort of a homecoming. He knows a lot of these Michigan State players out in the flat. And Kelsey should have realized a little bit, Bob, that he had a first down. He should have went north and south there. He could have gotten the first down. He's going to come up a little bit short. And now, what does Bill Curry do?
Here come the sticks. Let's make sure. And I think you're right. Bill Curry's going to have to probably punt it away if that's the case. Let's see how they mark it.
Great zone defense there by Michigan State. They dropped back, got good drops, made Rampley throw it short, then reacted to the football and made the tackle on the initial hit.
All right, I predict he'll punt the ball here because he's concerned about field position. What do you think?
Anytime a back comes up a half a yard short going for the first down, it's his fault. That's all I can tell you.
I think it's going to be a timeout.
Good call, Tim. They're going to have to decide. It's a tough case. The ball's at the 43 and 9-inch yard line, if there's such a place. And there is here at Legion Field. We'll be right back in a moment to see what Bill Curry and the Tech Brain Trust decides to do. Fourth and inches here.
Right. Or they could go on a very, very long count and see if Michigan State jumps offside.
25 Collier, number 1 Kelsey in the backfield. From the 44-yard line of the Spartans. Rampley dives off the right side. First down, Yellow Jackets. Well, young Todd Rampley, playing for the suspended John Dewberry, has made a big contribution, and he certainly avoided making any big mistakes, and now the first down.
And I think that's his #1 job, as we see Rampley go off the right side behind Sam Bracken, the senior out of Las Vegas, the right guard, and Andy Hearn, the center, good blocking up front, and he makes the first down easily.
Well, like I said, I would have gone for it. Isn't that what I said?
That's what you said.
Georgia Tech fine offensive line. Also over there on that right side, John Davis, who's a first-team All-American.
From the 42-yard line now of Michigan State, Yellow Jackets ball, scoreless ball game.
No turnovers, both teams.
Not much going that time. It's handed off to Malcolm King. He got maybe a little bit of yardage. 11:49 to go in the second quarter.
Let me ask Tim. He's seen this 4-3 stunt defense so many years playing against the Steelers. That's a very tough play to run against it, isn't it? Just a little straight handoff right up the middle, right into the stunt.
Unless you could trap behind it, Paul, that lineman lines up in there and he's pointed in toward the center. And actually what he's doing is, instead of moving to that position on the snap, he's lining up there and trying to get some penetration upfield. Now, you can trap in behind it, but it's awful tough to trap into it.
So we get a good look at it here.
And look at that stat. This Michigan State team is going to be magnificent in the Big Ten next year. They've got a lot of players coming back. It's second down 9 from 41. You see that Todd Rampley is going over the sideline to talk to Bill Curry. There is a timeout down on the field. This is Bob Neal, Paul Horning, Tim Foley with you on the All-American Bowl. 1985's closing moments. Hope you're having a very pleasant New Year's Eve, and we, of course, wish you a very prosperous and happy 1986.
John Admire for John Thomas.
John Thomas.
Left guard. He's looking for a chin strap. I'm not sure. Curry And Curry goes to those situations where he puts the headphones on. You see him very rarely does he get them on, but when he gets them on, he's talking to Dwayne Painter upstairs, the offensive coordinator, former head coach at Northern Arizona University.
Imagine how Dwayne felt when all of a sudden John Dewberry, Gary Lee, Toby Pearson, and his second-team fullback Charles Mack are suspended for curfew violation. He talked about coming up short, but so far, Tech's been playing well without them. Davenport and Ison started at the split-end spots, and Todd Rampley's done a good job in place of Dewberry. 2nd and 9 from the 41, Georgia Tech. Scoreless ball game. Mays in motion. Good protection for Rampley. It's complete to number 81, Robert Massey.
There's that little delay over the middle, and that's really going to loosen up Todd Rampley. He's 6 out of 9 now throwing the football, and 4 or 5 of those on little delays, and the Michigan State defense dropping off a little bit. And this is exactly what the young sophomore's got to do. He's wide open. Look here. Robert Massey, the sophomore from Tifton, Georgia, gets a little bit extra yards. Good effort there.
To the 28. Here's second look, Tim.
Massey checked to make sure Bell wasn't coming. As Bell got into his drop, he turned away from Massey, almost ignored him a little bit, started to move back into the middle, then Rampley dumped it to Massey.
You got the cornerback view there. First down 10 from the 28-yard line. Georgia Tech on the drive. Scoreless game, but the Yellow Jackets fumbled from the snap. Rampley picked it up and got a yard out of the broken play. That's 2 times Rampley's dropped the ball here in the early part of the ball game, but certainly nothing serious has happened out of it.
It looked like their Paul at center snapped the ball too early.
It really is. I don't think they're in unison yet. Center might be trying to snap the football too hard. You know, sometimes the centers, in their anxiousness, some guys really snap it hard. Sometimes centers don't snap it that hard. And a lot of times when a quarterback's not ready, if he gets a guy who's in there really popping it, he'll miss it.
Especially with that man in the gap there.
2nd down 8 from the 26. Number 26 in motion. Davenport. Rampley hit as he throws by 13, Dean Altobelli. The hand was moving forward. It is an incomplete pass. Boy, Altobelli was all over Rampley.
The most dangerous moment for any quarterback, whether you're a high school player, a college, or a pro, is the blind side. When you set up in that pocket, looky here, he didn't see anybody coming, and he really got blasted by Dean Altobelli. You'll see him come in from the right side of your screen. Safety blitz, whop. I didn't even see him.
Timmy Moore coming over the top. That's the type of enthusiasm that both these defenses play with.
This is the 12th play of the Georgia Tech drive. Rampley 6 out of 10 for 58 yards. 3rd and 8 from the 26-yard line. Scoreless game. Here they come. Rampley, down he goes again. This time it's 83, Mark Nichols all over him. Tim, this Spartan defensive unit rose to the occasion.
Mark Nichols, Tim, is one of the guys in that 4-3 stunt who lands up in the center.
Getting a lot of pressure from Bodine, Nichols, Curran, and Jones.
There's a little game in there. Here he comes.
Do you see it? Do you see what a great job? Who was that? Was that Curran dragging that blocker across? He grabbed the hold of John Thomas. Thomas tried to get rid of him, but Curran had a hold of him, and it cleared the way.
Here's David Bell for a 49-yard field goal attempt. Junior from Athens, Georgia.
Got a good leg.
It's no good. Both field goal kickers have missed field goal attempts here, and we remain scoreless at Legion Field. 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half of play. This is Turner Network Television. I'll do real quick. Here's the stunt 4-3 in action.
Right in front of Anthony Bell, you see 56 coming across. See, he's got his right hand. He's got a handful of John Thomas. Thomas can't get off to pick up Mark Nichols, who is coming around the bend.
Good job by Dave Wolf. Number 56, the junior from South Cape, made the play happen, like Tim said.
First down 10 from the 33, Michigan State Spartans. 9:20 to go in the second quarter. Here's Lorenzo White. At the 35, at the 40, and down at the 40-yard line. He almost eluded that final tackle. Ricardo Ingraham, 47, with the stop for Georgia Tech. A gain on the play of about 8 yards for Lorenzo White around the right side.
This kid's in great shape. Of course, a couple of games during the season, he ran 53 times one week, came back and ran 49 the next week. When you're in this kind of shape that can run the football this many times, he actually gets better in the second half. I asked him, do you feel better in the second half? And he says, yes, sir, I really do. I like running the ball a little bit more in the second half. Isn't it nice?
That's the longest answer he ever had, too. Very quiet, humble kid.
Second down, 3 from the 40. Here comes number 34, White again. First down to the 50-yard line.
Beautiful, beautiful. Move to his left very nicely. Did you see how he followed his blockers? He just waited. Didn't get too anxious, Bob. That's just great instinctive running right here. Lorenzo White, folks, the All-American, 61 yards now on 14 carries. And already cut the defensive back down, and Lorenzo White does the rest. Beautiful move by Lorenzo White.
First and 10 at the midfield stripe. Michigan State Spartans, scoreless game. 8 minutes to go, second quarter. White to the 45. He's gaining him in big chunks now.
Now that's the best run he made tonight. Did you see the little move on the inside? And he just did a little juke and came way back to his left for a good 6-yard pickup.
It'll be second down, and let's call it 4, just inside the 45-yard line. And there's the man who really likes to see that go.
Buck Nystrom, the offensive coordinator. There's George Perlis.
Nystrom without the hat or the hair.
I think George Perlis thinks about Chuck Noll the way Tim thinks about Don Shula, the way I think about Vince Lombardi. Perlis loved Chuck Noll.
White hit in the backfield. Running right over the block was 32 Cleve Pound. Tim Cleve Pound sometimes reminds me of Tim Foley a little bit, the way he hits back there.
Well, what they do is they're playing with really 5 defensive backs most of the time. He's upfield. They ran the game back on the weak side again. He came clean. Nobody picked him up. Morris tried to knock him off, but he was already in White's face.
He plays a position called the rover back position. It's like a safety, but also kind of like a linebacker, but mainly he does back. Third down 8 from the 48. Here's White.
Roll out draw.
Hit right at the 50, dives forward back to the line of scrimmage. Not much going that time, and the Black Watch defense gave up a few yards to Lorenzo White. Mark Hogan with the tackle that time. Then they stiffened, and now Montgomery's in the punt again for the Spartans.
Usually this is a pretty good weapon. Greg Montgomery averaged 44.7 yards a kick. One of the great punters not only in the Big Ten, but in the country. This kid's a good athlete.
Transferred from Penn State. Wonder how George convinced him to do that. Big 6'3" punter. Good fielder of the low snap, too. Uh-oh, just as we talk about him, he shakes it off to the right side, and it gets a Georgia Tech bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 31.5-yard line. Well, trust us, folks, he is a good punter. He's human, however. 6:12 to go in the second quarter. It is Georgia Tech nothing. Michigan State nothing. There's Lorenzo White on the phone to his mom, probably. Very close to his mom. Actually, I'm only kidding. She's here at the ball game, however. First down 10 from 32-yard line, Georgia Tech. They have only 19 yards net rushing. They run it again. You see why. Oh, my. Everybody in on the tackle of 25, Corey Collier, the junior from Columbus. Joe Curran, number 94, led the way. Joe Curran is a truckload from Elmhurst, Illinois. I told you earlier, he bench presses 520 pounds.
I'll tell you one thing. They're going to have to go outside against Michigan State. They're not going to do anything up the middle unless they catch them asleep. They're just completely outmanned offensively. They're a little bit stronger. A whole lot stronger up in the middle.
Second down 8 from the 34. Again. Not much. Across the 35 to the 36. Now this time it's 83 Mark Nichols, the other side of those 2 excellent defensive down linemen.
Altabelli is doing an excellent job containing the play, turning the flow of the play back in toward Bullock and Curran and Bodine and Parker, Nichols, the rest of those folks. And,
there's Altabelli. He's number 13. First name Dean. He's a junior, 5'10", 185 from Escanaba. In the UP, as they say in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula. Third down 6 from the 36.
Probably see a stunt here defensively. Nope.
Rampley. He's got running room. He's got first down running room. He slides down and gets the first down. I've got to say it again. Todd Rampley, who has never started a collegiate football game, under tremendous pressure, 8 yards for the first down. What poise he has shown, Paul.
I tell you, he's got a lot of poise right now. He's settled in. He's looked